Hi, Tefl-Dude here. Now, if you're like me and you really miss some of the features that Windows 10 had when you moved over to Windows 11, I'm going to show you how to get them back. We're going to use a free program called Explorer Patch. I think that's the name. I'm going to download and install it on a new PC, a Surface Pro I've got here. And I'm going to show you the installed version on my Lenovo PC. Now, there are three main functions that I really missed from Windows 10 and it made life a lot easier. So I'm going to show you how to get them back. So here are the three. The first one is the start menu. Here you can see, this is a Windows 11 PC. But here you can see when I click it, I have it with all the large folders and document areas that I can, stretch out and scroll, and I've got them grouped as I like. Unfortunately, if you look at the new Windows 11, it doesn't have that. The biggest folder you can make is this one. Sure, I can put icons in there, but when I click away, I can't see those icons. I don't know where I put the program. It's horrible and it's in the middle. You can move it to the left in the settings without downloading anything, but that still leaves you with this horrible menu looking thing. So I'm going to show you how to get Windows 10 menu back very quickly and color it, because that's another thing I missed. The lovely purple color there. So I'm going to show you that later. Now, the second thing I missed is the context menu. Here on this Lenovo device, I've changed it to look like Windows 10. And you see, when I right click, I get everything I ever wanted to see. I've got these folder coloring programs I've got, and you can change it to your folders to any color, but I can't see that when I'm on Windows 11. Here's my folder which I made red, and by the way, if you want to know how to do that, I'll put a link in the description above, how to color your folders for free. Now in Windows 11, when I right click a folder, I can see a very clean look, and if they're only the features that you use, fine, live with it, great stuff. But I want to see other features, and in order to do that, I have to click show more options, and that now I can change the color of my folders and things like that and do other things, but I want to see it straight away, and that's what Windows 10 did. Yes, it's nice that it looks neat, but I don't want that. And if you don't want it, I'll show you how to do that as well. Now, the third and final thing I want to do is to change the ribbon. This is the major difference, and you're going to love it because I don't think you understand how good Windows 10 really is. So let me just open up a file here. You can see here on the document, I've got Windows 11 there, and you can see how it looks, and there's Windows 10. But let me show you for real. So if I click here on my folder here, this top ribbon here, I created. Windows 10 allows you to create it. It's a shortcut ribbon. If I click this arrow, these are the functions, all the functions that you can do very quickly from this ribbon. It's a bit large, so what they did, Windows 10 gave us this ribbon, extra ribbon, where you can add things to the ribbon, which means I can close this off. And here I've got 10 functions that I can do. Here, I'll show you in the PDF document quickly. Here are the 10 functions I can do. I can click, see properties, open a new folder, navigation pane, preview, details, layout, extensions, hidden, delete. It's amazing, and I'm going to show you how to create all that. In case you don't believe me, have a look here. Properties, clicked. New folder, created with just a click. Navigation pane shown, navigation pane hidden. Preview, let's say here's a document. So, quick preview, preview away. Details of document, details away. Layout, make them all big. file extension away, back. Hidden items, click on it. Hidden folders will be revealed. Delete object. Why don't I delete that new folder I've just created? There it is. Delete that object. Click. Options. When you want to change the view. I mentioned that in my changing the color of your folders video in the description above. So all of that I really miss. And from time to time, I jump between that and the new ribbon. If you look at the, let me just close this off. If you look at the ribbon here on Windows 11, you can see, sure, I've got the preview. So I do have that. I can do the preview, but I had to put that there. It wasn't there originally. And you've got new, but then have to do one click and folder another click. And here there's the bin. But view is here. Okay, so I can make my icons more like to do with content. But if I want to see the preview, I have to go down here and then click preview or click detail. I can't just quickly do it from the top bar. And then if you want to show the navigation pane, I have to go here and click. Also, for the file name, I have to click here. For the hidden, I have to click here. I have to do 1, 2, 3 different clicks. The other one, just one click, fast as you like. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Maybe you only like one of these features. Maybe you like all three. But here's the document. And then as a final bonus, I'm going to show you how to change the color, because even though you get your Windows 10 menu back, it's still this horrible color, and I'm going to show you how to make it blue, green, any color you like. So hang on to your hats and let's go back to the first page where I'm going to show you how to download and install the Properties Explorer Patcher. So the first thing you need to do is open your browser, type in Patcher Explorer, and it should be the first one you come to. It says GitHub at the top. When you click on that, you'll be taken to this page, and it says caution, this is the only official distribution. So make sure you get it from here, nowhere else. Scroll down and then simply set up. So we're going to click that, and we've downloaded it already. Now I'm going to click that to install it. And that may just be that. Let me right click. If I go here, properties, I think that's the Explorer. Yep, it is. So straight away, if we go to our start menu, usually recently installed apps should be here. But don't worry if it's not here. There's here show less, show all. It was called Patcher Explorer. If you really, really want to look for it and stick it here, you can just scroll down to Patcher Explorer. There it is. And you can right click, pin to the start if you wish to do that. And if you go back to the top, there it is there. But quicker way is just right click anywhere on the desktop and go, now you have an icon that says properties. And here it is. So we've got the first one, which is the taskbar. So if we look over here, I've mentioned that I don't intend to change the taskbar to Windows 10. I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to leave that as Windows 11. I am happy with that. Let's go over to our document and see what else we need to do. So the first thing to change the menu, I've put the instructions here. I'll upload the PDF for you to download very quickly from a link in my description. Again, right click properties and go, here we go to start menu. And then it says Windows 11 default. We need to change that at the top to Windows 10. And also where it says X show more tiles, leave that X on. If you click it, for some reason, it doesn't show more tiles. So don't bother with that. And now you just simply start refresh the File Explorer. It's that simple. So be patient. And now let's have a look. It's still in the center, but it is back to our old style. So there is a button on here in order to move the display to the left. Okay, now if you want it to the left, remember here it says center default, just go at edge of screen. And there you can see it's moved. There is another way to do it in the general Windows 11, but don't worry, this does it for you. So let me click away from that. And now you can see I have my old Windows 10 look. How gorgeous is that? And now I can make it, well, once I have more items, I can make it bigger, I can make it taller. I can, right click anything, pin to the start, and there it is. And I can make it have a new section if I wish. Once you gain more items in it, it will stretch out and you can have it like that. And I'll show you how to make it a different color towards the end of the video, right? But that's stage one. How easy was that? Now, let's go on to the second part. Let's look at our window here. And it says change the context menu. Okay. Once again, what do I do? Let's look at the document. Right click, properties. And then we go to File Explorer. And simply it says disable Windows 11 context menu. So we just have to tick that box. And I think that's the only thing we have to do. Let's just check before. Remember? So I'm going to right click this folder. Wow, it did it already. I didn't even have to click refresh. How about that? So that's a new one. So I didn't have to click. Yeah, wicked. So if I wanted to use it again, if I put the X there and I right click, it's that one. Ooh, nice. You can change it so fast. So I'm going to disable the context menu, and that's that done. Part 2. How quick and easy is this? The next one, let's have a look at our document. We're going to change the ribbon. This is going to be a bit longer because I'm going to show you how to add those features, which is amazing. So how do we do this? It says here, we go to File Explorer again, but this time we go to Control Interface. So that's down here. So we're still on the same page, and we want Windows 10 ribbon. For this, we will have to click Restart File Explorer in this button here. And then once I open this document, you can see it has changed to this. So now I just want to stretch this out to show you how to make this wonderful ribbon I was talking to you about. So now we've got the ribbon. You can see I've got a few things here. I do have the properties. Let me go to a document. I do have the properties here already. That's a given, yeah. As well as the make a new document. That's already there. So what I want to do is add some more. But first, let's put the ribbon, show the ribbon below. Put it there. There it is below. So that means when we close off this, we still have our ribbon. Okay. But first, let's open this because we have to add things to it. Now, the first thing I like to add to it is the navigation pane and that. So remember, let's have a look at our document again. And there was properties, new folder, navigation pane. So let's go here. We've got properties already. Navigation pane. We click on this. We can just right click this and add to the toolbar. There it is. So there's my navigation pane on and off. And now preview pane, right click, add. Details pane, right click, add. So they're already there, you see? Layout pane, click on the layout, add. There it is, ready for use. What were the other ones? File extension name, add. Hidden items, add. So a lot of things are from this actual item. Let's go back to that document again. And it was layout, extension, hidden, delete, and options, and that's it. So already I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I just need the delete and options. So that would be on the home page. So I can just right click, add the delete, and the options I like as well. So here you've got the options, and I just want to, if I click this arrow, I can just add that. And when I click it, up pops the options. And now I can hide with the arrow. And you can see I've got all my tools at the top ready for anything I want to do. So this new folder I don't need, I can just delete that. And I can preview things. I've got preview, details, everything. Navigation pane. How wonderful is that? And that's basically everything. You've done the 3 steps now. Let's have a look at our document. So there is our 3 steps done. And now I'm just going to quickly show you how to change the color so that I can have a kind of purple color on my menu. So if you're happy with the way it is, that's fine. But if you want to change the color, because this is boring, really horrible, I like the purple. You just go right click, personalize, I want it personal, and we're going straight to the colors. By the way, if you're doing this for the first time, you might also want to go to themes, because in themes you can add these icons to your desktop, which you may not have done yet, but you can add computer, use it, and all that kind of stuff. And that's useful, as you can see here. When I move out of the way, I've got my PC, got my bin, got my control panel, my Tosh folder. It's really, really that useful. Going back to what we said, all we have to do is go on to colors, because we want to make a color. And where it says light, we're going to say customize, and I'm going to make this dark. This is the Windows mode. Okay, so you saw straight away it went dark, but I don't want it black. I want it a different color. Here you can just change to you have to add show accent on taskbar, and now you can see there's the blue. So now, wow, got a nice blue taskbar. How nice is that? And that's that's it. If you want your, remember the actual folders, like if I go to a hotkey, the actual folders, where are they? Oh yeah, because I've got my, if you want to see how I set this up, look at my video. I'll put a link in the description for what you should do to set up a new computer so you can have all your documents, download pictures available straight away. So if I go to documents, you can see it's white. But if you want to change that here, you can make it dark as well. And then everything's dark, even the documents in the folder. I prefer it to be bright, actually. So I don't make that one dark. But you do need to make the Windows mode dark, otherwise you won't get the nice blue color. So that's that for now. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed turning your Windows 11 into a better Windows 10. So don't forget to subscribe, give this a like, and I'll see you on the next video.